Welcome to another Cardano update. So as you can see, Cardano reacted to the 2.618 extension right here, and the third wave seems to be in, which means that right now we are in the fourth wave. Now before I continue with this, like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to the Discord server. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Right now we are still in the fourth wave move down. Now if you look at the 1 hour chart, which is this chart right here, then maybe you could say that this is some kind of A, B, C structure, so it could be complete, but you know, we only got below the 0.382 support level, so there is a chance that this is only the A, B structure and we are still to get a C wave. And if that happens, then do not be surprised if Cardano drops to about 66.6 cents next. Now, I don't really want to see the price drop below that. The last chance to recover would be at the 0.618 expansion, which is at 63.4 cents. And if we get below that level, then, you know, our structure will just get invalidated because the fourth wave move down is not really allowed to go to the first wave targets right here. So this is the invalidation zone right here. It's at 61.5 cents. If we go below that, well, actually, if we touch that level, then this is no longer a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, and this is something entirely different. But yeah, I don't see why that will happen right now, considering the fact that on the 1 hour RSI we are not even overbought. So this actually cooled off, which is good. And if you look at the 4 hour, it also cooled off right here. But the 4 hour does look like it will get some kind of ABC structure, so if that happens, don't be surprised. But if it doesn't happen, then it's okay, because this also looks complete, so it's fine. Now let's talk about the fifth wave. Like I said, the third wave got above the 2.618, so I think it's only safe to assume that we will get somewhere between 88.3 cents and 90.3 cents in the fifth wave right here, which is the white fifth wave. And then after that, we should complete this first wave right here, which is the first wave of the main third wave move to the upside. Let me go on the daily for this. So the third wave is up here, and as you can see, we have a 1-2 setup. I have been tracking this chart since we were doing this move right here, and everyone was just giving up on ADA. Everyone was saying it's going to new bear market lows. And it did not go to new bear market lows. As you can see, we respected support levels. We tested the bull market support band many times and we got rejected many times, but now we finally broke above it and we stayed above it. Now don't forget, I kind of predicted this move a couple of months ago, so this should not really surprise you if you watched my previous videos. I mean, we had a cross right here on the bull market support band, and the last time we had a cross was down here, and what do you know, we also did nothing for a few weeks, and then we had a pump above the bull market support band, and we had this very nice looking move to the upside. So again, right now, but this time we are in a third wave, which is even more impulsive than a first wave, and yeah, things are looking good. If you want to know where we are at right now in the cycle, we are currently right here. And during this point of the cycle, exactly on November 17th in 2020, Cardano was at 12 cents. So we are not behind. As you can see here, Cardano was also down like 90% from the all-time high. And we are no longer 90% down from the all-time high in this cycle. I believe we are down about, let's see, 75% now, which is way better. And we are actually ahead of schedule, if you can believe this. Like I said here, we were actually down about 90% from the previous high, so things are looking very good right now. Now, I also have this region on the chart, and let me explain what this is. So basically, we are currently in a 1-2 setup, and the minimum target for the third wave is the 200% extension of that 1-2 setup. And that is at $2.98, so basically $3. Now, of course, this could overextend to maybe the 2.272 extension or maybe even the 2.618 extension. Let me actually put on another extension on the chart, which is the 2.414 extension. This could also play a good role. And yeah, the third wave should top somewhere in this region. I don't think it will top at the 2.618, but maybe it will top there. If it tops at the 2.618, then it could be very bullish, because if we do that, then the fifth wave should easily get to about $10 because the 2.618 is at $6.67. But my prediction stays the exact same. I think Cardano will top somewhere between $5 to $8. Now, if we actually look at the return on investment in the previous cycle, as you can see in 2018, the all-time high was about, let's say, $1.40. And in 2021, we went to $3.10. So what is that? Well, if you divide, let's say, $3.10 by $1.40 or so, you get 2.2x. So from the previous high right here, Cardano went up 2x in the next all-time high. Now, of course, you could say that here we had a pandemic, and maybe you could say that it would have gone higher than that, because Bitcoin also had a pandemic drop and it also underperformed in the previous cycle. So, you know, maybe it's safe to say that Cardano would have gotten to the 3.618 extension right here, which is at $4.82. And if that happened, that would have been a 3.5x return on investment. Now, let's say the next all-time high of 2025 will have the same return on investment as the 2021 high, even though right now we have not had a pandemic, so I don't think that will happen. But let's say we only go up about 2.24x, or actually 2.21x from the previous all-time high in the next all-time high. Where would that put us? Well, let's say we topped at $3.10. If we multiply that with this number right here, we get $6.86. So that's my minimum target for this cycle. Now, if we were to go up 3.5x, that would put the price at about $10. So in my opinion, we should top somewhere between $5 to $8, but if it went from about $6.80 to about $10.68, then you know, it would not be the craziest thing in the world. Now, going back to the chart, there's also the possibility that this third wave right here is not actually in, and let me explain why. So maybe this is actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup of that third wave right there, and if it is, then we should get a bigger correction right now, but maybe we won't. So, I mean, this could work as a fourth wave after the third wave, so theoretically, you could say that the third wave is not even in, but you know, I cannot really tell you if that's the case unless we get some kind of, I don't know, move to the downside, some kind of impulsive move to the downside. So it's hard to say what we're doing right now, but what I think we will do is I think we will test the $1 level very, very soon, just because that's a very important psychological level. Then after that, we should get some kind of correction in the second wave right here. I also want to talk about Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is currently going down a bit, but it's not going down that much. I mean, it's still at 60%, which is still a lot. I mean, it's still at new cycle highs. But as you can see, the monthly candle is currently red. So if we keep this way, then maybe we'll just close red, because like I said many times in my previous videos, Bitcoin dominance always closes a red wick in November, so we could just continue going sideways for the rest of the month. And what happens in December is still unclear. I mean, maybe we'll follow what we did in the previous cycle. As you can see here, we pretty much did nothing in November, and this is where Cardano actually went up. And then in December, we had another pump on the Bitcoin dominance chart, which was a huge pump. And then in January of next year, we had the altcoin season. So I don't know if we will copy that or if we will copy what we did in 2017, but to be honest with you, it does not really matter. What matters is that I'm expecting Cardano to get to new all-time highs very, very soon. Now, it will probably not get to new all-time highs by the end of the year. I don't think that will happen, but it should get to new all-time highs in the next 4 months or so. Also, if you look at the monthly chart, I mean, if you look at this wick right here, it looks absolutely insane. It looks even bigger than what we had in the previous cycle, so things are looking very good for Cardano right now. And like I said many times in my previous videos, Cardano is usually a late performer, but once it starts going up, then it does not stop. So I don't think we will see Cardano go in these boring price actions again in this cycle, at least until the end of the cycle. Now, of course, there is some potential for Cardano to just do absolutely nothing like it did right here in December, just because maybe Bitcoin dominance will hit 64% or so. But even so, I don't think we will get another second wave move down. We don't have 5 waves to confirm that the second wave move down is in, but come on, what's the chance of us getting another second wave move down right here? I think it's safe to assume that we have bottomed and yeah, things are looking very good right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon. If you want access to all of our charts, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.